All right, you can go. We're live. We're live now.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Good
Start it
Jack. I
off.
always start off. You never started
All
off.
right. All right, y'all. So, yeah, hey, yeah, I know it's, wait a minute, right? So, you know that we just do not come on a live like this impromptu. We usually give some notice, but y'all, there is a lot going on, and y'all know we are about to leave the country, and it is just one thing after another with these HOAs, with the house now flooding. It's just a hot mess going on right now. Hey, how you doing, Mag 7? How you doing, Why Me? T, you want to start it off?
Oh, Jack, I said you started off. I
Oh,
always
I
started
just did.
off.
I just
That ain't
gave
no
the
start
intro.
off. Come
I
on
gave the
now.
intro. Okay, so what's been going on? So let's just take it from the townhome right now. As you can see, we're not at home. This is not our house. We're in a hotel. We have been displaced 6 days before we have to leave. And this is why you haven't really seen any videos coming from us or anything like that from across the trip. Yeah, wait, what? um, you. This is why you haven't seen anything coming from any of the channels, because we've been dealing with a lot in the background. We don't just get on YouTube. We're dealing with real life here. So yeah, Jack is kind of hot. Yeah, right now. So what's happening is, you guys seen that thumbnail. I'm gonna show a video. It's kind of, if you have a squeamish stomach, please do not. This may not be for you, but pretty much we are going back and forth with the HOA at the townhouse, because apparently the builders built the sewer system. I mean, not the sewer system. What is it called, T?
It
The
is how they. I mean,
Oh, it is the sewer system.
it's a sewer pipe.
The sewer pipe, y'all. They didn't built the sewer pipe. They did not connect it to wherever they needed to connect it to. We called the city out there. The city said this is absolutely the builder, the HOA. We called the plumbing companies. They all said the same thing. We have been trying to get in touch with the HOA. They do not think that this is a priority. They told us that this will be, oh well, just go pay $300 and you can get it fixed. This is not a fix. You cannot get a plumber overnight. We have been waiting because, anytime you're dealing with the HOA, you have to have a lot of things in order. Anyway, things hit the fan today, and all of the sewer came backing back up into our home. Yes, you heard that, sewer, and you can only imagine what that is. So everything that is processed through the home, as in, washing our hands, washing our bodies, washing everything, has came back through our house because it cannot go anywhere. I don't know about anybody else's house, but yes, it's our house as we what we know
So
right
the
now.
house next door had the same issue too. Um, and they had to basically cut. Well, the plumber had to cut into a plant because what's happening is the HOA they did the irrigation, and with the landscaping too, because they did the landscaping, the roots are basically protruding through one of the pipes, the main pipe out there, the main valve. And so the roots of this plant that they planted right there is pushing through the pipe, and it's shifted things, so it's off track because they didn't even seal the pipe that's underground. They just placed it there and didn't put any type of sealing on it. So it was basically loose and protruded and pushed through, which is basically creating a backup. So it's nowhere for it to flow out, basically to the street through the sewer the way that it's supposed to. So this builder, it's not the same builder. Now this one is a different builder, but it's the people next door. They had to do, like I said, they had to do the exact same thing. And the HOA, they're playing Ghost and playing a lot of games. When initially did speak with the guy, he was like, "Yeah, man, the same thing happened at my house. It's only going to be about $200 to $300, dude. And I don't live out there. I live, a couple hours away in a complete different county. But I'm telling you, I had family members over. The same exact thing happened on my house, and it was only $200 to $300, dude. You should be okay with paying that. Yeah, so that should do it. But we called the county because this started with, for one, there were two people in the backyard, and I'm like, who are these workers? Took pictures of them because I seen them walking from the yard from a distance, and I'm like, who are these guys? And so when I call the HOA to inquire about them, they said, no, we have no idea where they are. Call the county. And I called the county like, hey, there's some people out here working on stuff, and the county says, well, those aren't our guys neither. They said if they were our guys, they'll literally have on county uniforms. You'll see the shirts that'll say county uniforms. I'm like, okay, so these HOs playing games. It's not their people. Let me call them back. Then they placed me on hold for a good 10, 15 minutes. And then all of a sudden, some guys on the phone, he's just like, yeah, hello. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, hello. I'm like, I mean, what you just hop on the phone saying hello, you don't introduce yourself. I already been talking to somebody, I guess I got dropped into you. I don't know who you are, and so he's like, oh yeah, well, I'm the manager over there at the complex. So you have an issue going on? I mean, were you not tracking the issue that's going on? I mean, do I need to start all the way from scratch? So the conversation started, and he was like, hey man, can I just talk to you man to man? I'm like, I mean, I don't know how you're talking to me. I'm a man and you're a man. I don't know how else we're talking on the phone. So he's like, yeah, I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, you're on the phone saying, can we talk man to man on the phone?
You're
Like,
on his
come on.
phone talking to a fucking
So
man to
it's
man.
like, yeah, it happened in my house. It was just $200 to $300, and you should be good, man. That's a homeowner thing. Even though, yeah, we installed it, and everything. We're not responsible for it, because once we install something, then that's it. We install it and we go on our business. We you guys take care of the rest.
He
And
sounds
so
stupid.
yeah, that just sounds so
So
crazy
dumb.
to even say something like that. So it led to that, and we let them know what the county said, because the county said no, this is on your builder, their HOA. It's on them, because this plant is protruding through. They said y'all didn't put this in. No, they did it. He said yeah, that's definitely on them. And what'll happen if y'all cut it? I said we can't just cut it or do anything with it. It requires an ARC approval to do anything with landscaping. So that's 100% definitely on them. And so we've been messaging them, because we're waiting on them for feedback, for one, because we're like, it requires ARC approval. We can't touch anything out here with this landscaping. And they keep playing games. First, it's like, oh, we didn't get your message. Oh, really? Well, it's okay. Well, try to submit it through the portal. And then it comes to, oh, yeah, we got your message, but we didn't have the right address put on it. Yeah, you should have submitted it as separate. You shouldn't have submitted it and put at the inside the email two issues. When you have multiple issues, just do one email for this and one email for that. They kept playing games, because we couldn't even get through in our over there to our townhome for some time, because somehow our code got reset, with the gate. So it's just like, issue after issue with this community too. We're just going through things with just the HOA in general. So plumber said the same thing that the HOA said. I mean that the county says, and then we got a second opinion from a plumber. So we got two opinions from plumbers. So two different plumbers and the county all saying the same thing, and we gave all that documentation to the HOA. This was back actually on this was going on since the 22nd, and nothing's still resolved. They're still playing ghosts.
Yeah, I know, Mag Seven. Sometimes you just come on here. You got to show just how it really is. Everything's not always like smiley and all this other stuff, because we're really going through some real situations over here. And this is, no, I wouldn't even say calm down. Like I'm a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still not even calm down, because like this is just freaking crazy talk. I honestly don't even know what to say right now, because it's just like it's just fucking nasty. Like we have kids, you can't wash your hands, you can't do anything. Like it's just crazy. So we have a I have the video. So if your stomach, if you eating, stop eating. I suggest you do that. Or if you can eat and look at it, then that's what that is. So I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it. Probably not. but you can get the idea.
Not getting
Oh yeah,
any
you can hear it. Hold on. Let me start it from the beginning so we can see this.
not getting any calls. No one from the HOA calling back. But yet, now look at the house.
That's crazy. You know, this got sent. You know, I sent this video, and then they said it was like it was too much to upload. I said, okay, okay, okay. So I don't know if y'all got to see that. I think they do because I see it on replay. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff that we sent over to the HOA. And of course, the HOA, their portal, they can't accept videos over a certain amount and anything like that. But this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with, and we are literally days away. And most importantly, this is going to cost a pretty penny because while the plumbers can see everything in front of the plant, what they cannot see is what is behind the plant. And it could very well turn into a a way more serious situation because if the roots grew behind, like underneath, like in back of the house, well, not in back of the house, in front of the house through the garage and everything, y'all, we're talking about I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what we're talking about here. But I mean, I literally wasn't even thinking that when the guy came through. But I mean, that's a good point that he made. The plumber, because just the root. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean the thing about it too, like he said, if he did it tonight, it'll cost thousands of dollars. He's like, thousands. He's talking about $10,000 plus.
Just,
You know,
just
and
why? Because it was nighttime.
no, because it's a lot of work, Jack. One person, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You got to cut all around the area over there. You got to then dig, dig, and dig to get down to the pipes, and then you got to flush it out on top of that. Like it's a lot of work. So there's definitely a multiple person job to do. Um, one,
So the thing is, you guys, it's so bad that we couldn't even get it like snaked or anything. Nothing, like there's nothing that they can do. They can't take off the toilet. They can't do anything, and it, I don't know.
yeah, so that's why I
I don't
said,
know.
to why me, they changed these plants a few months ago. So the original plants, I mean, I don't know why they changed it. We used to have these nice little red plants. You remember the same one that we had at the other property. And so we had a certain nice plants at first, and then all of a sudden they came out there to change the landscaping for the entire community. And I think when they changed the landscaping, when they planted these new plants, they went down there. They had to dig and everything, and they messed things up for us, and even our neighbor directly next door had the same problem.
Yeah, that's why she
And
got a new pipe.
and so tell them, how many other people are going to have the same problem in the community too. And this is how we know they lie, because when I called them, I said, there's someone else that's having the same problem in the community. I'm sure we can't be the only ones since this is coming from the plant. They said, no, this is our first call about it. Really, when our next door neighbor has the same problem.
She ripped up her plant.
She ripped up that plant. No, yeah, because she had to. They had to rip it up to do the same thing, like they
And
have to do with ours.
in her house connected, like their pipes were, it was between the two houses, not like ours in the next door because there's a space right there. So
Yeah, so
they ripped that up.
is no telling how many other people over there are gonna experience the same exact thing. And the HOA, like I said, they just I don't get it. It's like these HOA sometimes it's like they feel like it's coming out of their pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's not coming directly out of your pocket. It's like, oh man, I gotta make sure that I stay the president, but make sure that I'm not gonna give these homeowners what we supposed to cover and things like
That's
that.
literally what the dude said
Um,
yesterday.
yeah,
I mean, he literally said that out his mouth.
yeah.
So, um, and just I don't even know if we even mentioned this in the beginning, but when they were building it, when they was putting all this together and they was doing a roughing to the plumbing, all they did was that. They never went back apparently and glued everything. I'm not a plumber, but they never went back and glued anything together. So this is like, like they did it for like, what did he say, like fitting? Just the plumbing was just for fitting, but they
Yeah.
never went back and sealed anything. So I mean, how in the world would anybody know? But during this whole process, they're supposed to be getting inspections throughout the whole process. The county comes out and does inspections. We weren't a part of those inspections because we bought a spec home, so the house was already standing. But throughout that process, you can see who signed off and everything. And y'all, like these people are like not doing their job. The other
What's
house that we
going
have.
on, Tia? Tia joined the.
Oh, hey,
joined the
how,
building
how you
homework.
doing?
I saw that video or your short, I should say, about the school thing too. It's always, as I said, it's always one person like that.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, so they're not doing their jobs, and we have caught them on numerous occasions, and they're just like blindly signing off during the various stages. And even with the last home, remember what she told us? The city manager said, they accused the builder of using a fraudulent team. It's a hot mess out here. It's a hot mess.
yeah,
I mean, there honestly, I get it why people buy new builds. All of our homes were new builds, but y'all, no, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. If the house was built after 2019, absolutely not. You're walking into a trap.
but that's not even it, because the thing about it, Jackie, it passed inspection and everything first because we had a complete different landscaping when we bought it. That was not the same plant.
We didn't
It
have
came
any
out
plans.
recently and they changed the landscaping. So that's why I said they cut the front, they cut the back. All that is maintained by the HOA. And they came and they changed the landscaping up and they put these new plants out. They're like tall, square plants that they put out there that are right there. And when they dug to install those plants, they did something wrong, And the plumber,
But
the guy
that's so
said,
stupid. Who would put a
yeah.
plant next to a plumbing
Well,
system?
the plumber said, man, I haven't seen nothing like this in my entire career, and I've been doing this a long time. He said it's like it looked like somebody rolled over it by like with a tractor trailer or something. And he said, "Look, there's no glue or anything down here, man." He said, "This is a horrible job." He said, "We would never do anything like this." He said, "This is not my first time over in this area, too. I'll tell you guys that." He said, "I see a lot of things that these, new builds do that just mess things up." He said, "Yeah, if they plant them and won't let you touch them, then it's on them. Yeah, we can't
We can't
touch
even
them.
water. We can't even. We go
They'll
outside and
literally fine you. I think they put in there $25 or something like that. But I mean, they'll literally find you if you go and mess with those plants, and they go around in the community. So if you touch and do something to their landscaping because it's their landscaping without getting that ARC approval through them, then they're gonna find you."
And
And it's
that's what the
like,
big deal is right now, because even though it's an emergency, they're acting like it's not an emergency. But look, at the end of the day, ain't shit that they. Look, I do not care. I don't care. Deal with the consequences after, because that tree is getting ripped up, the bush is getting ripped up, everything's getting ripped up. Because what's not going to happen is the whole house collapse due to plumbing and all this other stuff. Absolutely not. I don't care what the HOA say at all. I
yeah,
don't care about the arc. I don't care about none of that.
yeah, these HOAs, it's interesting. Like what we said, they, out there, in her community, they're responsible for the front, but she's responsible for the back. So even at our other one, we are we're responsible for the back, but they cut the backyard too. Over there, they cut the front and the back. And over there, we went through the process, got approval for because we changed the landscaping up and put down rocks
You
and
talking about the
everything.
first house?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and that's what an issue was with one of the neighbors because they copied us, but they didn't go through the HOA and submit it, and that was a big deal about that with just changing the landscape up.
Yeah.
But I mean, with this HOA stuff, it's like I don't understand how it's always these horrible people that are on the board.
So you might as
You
well
know what I'm
just go
saying?
right into
So
that whole conversation.
it's like why me is one of those people that are like rare to come across that's on a board. And I was talking to Peter. I don't know if you've seen what was going on with Peter commenting, but he was like,
Someone at the door?
no, I think it's that. But he
Oh,
was like, yeah, y'all need a white meat down there. And somebody else said it too. It was like 3, 4 people were saying that we need a white meat out here. It's like these people who get on the board. It's like they just, oh man, power just go to their head. Let me just be this tyrant leader that I always dreamed of being. Or something like that, because they keep just ruining the community. And I'm talking about like even now, for you guys to see the one on my channel, that's the president. That's the HOA president creating all this drama, with all the homeowners and tenants over there. And he told us face to face, because we went up to him and it was crazy because he didn't know who we were. He was like, "Well, who are you guys? Some tenants?"
we're gonna have to
And
back
we
it up for
like,
the people that don't know what we're talking about, because not a lot of people know that HOA story too.
I mean, that's a big story though. I don't even know where to start with that thing. It started with, I'd say, with the first day that my tenants moved in, a homeowner decided to walk over there and press them. Um, that homeowner who's white, she had a problem with the tenants because one of the tenants is black and the other tenant is white. So she did not like that. She was questioning things. Um, wow, and like,
Yeah, right, right. We usually don't do this, but yeah, it's a lot going on, sunshine. It's a lot going
yeah,
on.
yeah.
But so we just had to. You see, I'm in my pajamas, so
You see where we at? We're at a
we're in
hotel
a
right now.
hotel right
We're not
now.
even in a house. But yeah, so catching up on that one, that started there because of parking, and it was like, okay, how could still how could you you know have an issue with parking that little trailer which rotates that hasn't even been there long, but don't have an issue with multiple boats throughout the community that sit on top of trailers on top of that. And so the president, when we approached him, he didn't know who we were. He thought we were some tenants, and he said, "No, you're not the homeowners." We're like, "How you gonna tell me I'm not the homeowner?" For one, he's like, "Those are the homeowners." Like, we are
Wait,
the homeowners, you idiot! Like, what are you
tell him
talking
what
about?
happened before we approached him when he made a jab because he didn't know we
Yeah,
were there.
he didn't know we were there. So at the speech, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I get rid of all the tenants and landlords and put them in line, those especially with the trailer at their house." And so when we approached him, I asked him specific questions to corner him. I said, "Okay, let me ask you this: how long have you been observing that trailer there?" Most of y'all know the tenants did not move in until this month. And that was in the second week when they got over there to move in. The
Yeah,
second
the
week of April.
11th. They moved
Yeah.
in on
And
11th.
y'all know he told me since February. He said he been observing that trailer since February. And I said, that right there lets me know that you don't know what you're talking about. Because they literally just moved in. That trailer is not possible that it's been there since February when I had other tenants who were in there in February who did not have a trailer. So he already lied right then and there. Then he comes out and says, "Well,
Right, liar,
got
liar,
busted." So I'm
pants on
like, "Okay."
fire, right?
I said, "Okay, so how come it's okay for the boat?" And I even showed him the boat, the same picture that I showed you. I got a picture of an RV. I got a picture of a utility vehicle. We have so many pictures of so much stuff, y'all. It's ridiculous. Um, I'm literally going to be sending like emails every other day about. I got so many emails. I can literally email them every day for months and have no issue. I can schedule emails on everybody's pictures that's doing something wrong.
Don't forget about the
Um,
Class B that we seen last
yeah, and then the
night.
class B. So it's like, so I asked him, okay, so what's the problem? How can a boat that's sitting on top of a trailer be okay, but a little trailer with literally a small pressure washer, and he's like, he has a very small pressure washer, be a problem. And so he says, well, because it's just been sitting there for months. Well, we already got past that. It hasn't been sitting there for months because they just moved in the second week of April. So that's not possible. So what do you have next? Well, the people with the boat, the thing about them is the guy works overnight at Disney and it's only there for a weekend. It's just there every weekend. That's all it is. So you telling me it's okay because I guess it's some magical kingdom thing going on or something, baby. Because you think because it's okay for Disney, I guess you must be deep into Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse or whatever fetishes you got going on. So that's okay because you might be getting discounted tickets to Disney, maybe. That's okay for them to do there, even though that's out of compliance. That's fine.
Yeah, he's screwing the wife.
How
He's
does
screwing
this
the
make
wife.
sense?
That's
So the
why.
guy works, the husband who has the boat works overnight at Disney, and the guy might be messing with the wife.
No, it was clear as day
It's
yesterday. It was clear as day they
so
fucking.
he's doing extra favors by allowing that boat because the guy works at Disney and says, "Oh, well, they even pay for storage for 4 days during the week." Now, who pays for storage for something 4 days in a week and then parks it somewhere else for 3 days and go back to the storage 4 days and pay, but then parks it somewhere else for 3 days? If you're already parking somewhere else for 3 days, why not keep it there for 3 days instead of keep having to pay for storage and then you have to reserve and even get room on the storage? It's not even how it works. So I told him that, and I said, okay, let's look at this scenario. And the tenants were right there. We bought the tenants in there with us. We're like, come on, because y'all gonna see exactly what's going on here. It ain't no, he said, she said, everybody getting the same message, and they were just blown away. So it's like, okay, so if my tenants decide to park, and they're parking in the driveway, by the way, y'all, in the driveway. They're parking in the driveway. Sometimes he puts it in the garage, and sometimes he takes it to his mom's house because she lives 10 minutes away. And that's why they love it there. The family's so close. His mom is 10 minutes away. Her dad is like 7 minutes away. So it's they're
right
very,
over.
very close, So he takes it sometimes over there to his mom's house, sometimes in the garage. And the crazy thing about it, the day that they complained about it, he was actually pressure washing the house. He was pressure washing the house, and they complained about it being in the driveway. I mean, where else do you want it to be if he's actively using it, pressure washing the house right here in the driveway?
In the middle of the street.
Yeah.
They want it in the middle of the street.
I mean, so I'm like, I brought that up, and when we got to the board meeting, the HOA member, the property management company who sent the letter, they refused to talk to us. I'm like, why can't you talk? She said, it's not the time or place. I said, I drove an hour and 40 minutes out here. What do you mean it's not the time or place?
Yeah, she was so scared.
Please, we can't do that here. The board is going on. Please, we can't do that here.
We said we do not care.
Can book an appointment with me. And I'm like, book an appointment with you? Like who are you? How about you book an appointment with me?
Exactly.
Like I'm just
like you that damn important.
You. Yeah.
Y'all, she was super scared because we already told her when she called us, and we said, okay, we'll be up there on Tuesday. But see, she didn't really believe we would. They didn't believe we would drive an hour and a half to be up there on Tuesday. We showed up on that Tuesday yesterday. She looked like she wanted to shit herself when we walked through that damn door. They's like, oh shit, Jackie and T's here. Oh my goodness. She said, please don't do that. Please don't do this. Please don't stop the meetings. I said, no, we got something that we need to address. No, this is the perfect time to do that because ain't he trying to get voted in as Mr. President? No, we need to make sure that everybody know who's about to get voted in. So
it's so cool having sunshine here because they be on a little moment on the other parts of the world. So the sunshine. The thing about it is, he's the only one that did not even have a resume. He wrote about 4 sentences on his profile about him when everybody else showed their resume, and some were like doctors and everything. But he gets selected because his little profile says, "Hey, I manage HOAs for 10 years at another community," and I guess that's what stood out. Yeah, we gotta definitely get that. Check care of the car. It's always something.
Now, how the hell that happened?
Yeah, so it's like
Hold on, let me open it up. That's why I'm trying to open it up.
Let's see.
Hold
Also,
on. Yeah. Well, I hope it ain't like super. Hold on. How do you go to like where the thing is?
Yeah, so it's like this dude.
How do you see it?
I don't even know he how he got selected because, like I said, he doesn't have a profile. It'll be all right. It's on 36.
Okay.
It should be all right. But
What was it there before we got here?
I don't know what it was on.
It was
But
kind of.
yeah, but
Sorry.
he said that it was just the fact of him having that 10 years that he's been managing HOAs. And I said, and the thing about it too.
But how do we know that? Do we actually know that?
We don't know, but he said he's been observing it since February. And y'all, he just moved over here in February. And then the thing about it too, when we were bringing this up, we actually talked to the builders because the builders were there and they actually recognized me. They were like, "Hey, what's going on, T?" Because I was there when they were over there with the move that bus and everything. So they definitely are familiar with me, all those people. So I conversated with them and they was like, "Man, let me tell you straight up, like him, well, you know," and I'm like, why y'all ain't
then why ain't you like
they said
swaying
because,
the boat?
They
like,
said
I mean,
because
come
it's
on.
the people, you know, it's your community. We can't, you know, we have no say over that. But trust me, we know. So somehow they are familiar with this dude and they already know
they manage another property.
He could be at
that's what it is.
Yeah,
because he got another property.
Yeah, he could be somewhere. That could be the connection right there. So they're familiar with him. That's crazy.
I just kept
they were
calling
like,
him
look,
fake
between you and I, CC us on, you know, on every email. You know who corporate is. I'm like, yep, I know who corporate is. Yeah, she got your back. You know, I'm the community manager, so things still gonna flow through us. You know, so CC us on everything and keep all paperwork, keep a paper trail. They said don't do any face-to-face communication or anything like that with the way that things are, especially don't talk on the phone. Just do literally keep a paper trail. And that was very smart. And the guy even said there was an issue out in Jacksonville. It was about the Jacksonville case. It was a similar case, and he said the homeowner won the case and basically sued the HOA. So these things frequently, you know, happen, and it's because people get on the board and they just think that they just have so much power and control and don't have to follow any of the rules. Like the rules don't apply to them. The rules don't apply to people that they are friends with. They only, you know, try to target certain individuals that they just look at and have an issue at. And you know, the thing about it too, a lot of it deals with racism. And the tenant, the female who's white, she said she was about to actually bring it up because she felt like that is racism against her husband and her. So husband like, nah, don't do that, you know. But she was very upset and she was about to bring that up. And then I mean, when you look around there, like besides us and the tenant, there's only one other person there that with a complexion. I mean, you know, and they were all like I said, it was just funny acting how they were, to say the least. But
it was almost like everybody knew what was going on with us. Like everybody knew who we were, because I don't know, for those of you who's not tracking, they're talking about T on Facebook, talking shit about T. So everybody knows what's going on with the situation. We just don't know all the players involved because we cannot get into the Facebook group. And we actually brought that up to Mr. New President, and he was shocked as shit. When I tell you that this man looked like he was about to shit on himself, that's exactly what he looked like when we approached him. He was super freaking nervous. And especially, y'all already know how I am, exactly how I am right now. Went up to him just like that because he said, I'm all about communication and all this. So I said, okay, let's talk about this communication, sir.
And I'm going to show y'all this message. This is one of the people that was running their mouth about me. And you see, I approached and just like, do not mention my name or make any statements about me publicly again. And look at what her response is. I hope that they can see that clear. Can you see it on your
Hold on,
phone?
let me see. Let me see if I
Let
can
me know
see
if y'all can see that clear, because
You
it
just
might
gotta
be a
hold it for a
glare.
second.
And y'all, I'm putting her name out there so y'all can see it, just because, like, I don't care at this point, because they threw my full name out there on Facebook.
We
and
are not
everything doing it.
condoning going.
Let me know if
As
y'all
a
can see that.
disclaimer,
Can
we
you
are
see
not-
it? Is
hold
it
on.
showing?
It's a lag. Hold on. They will be able to see it in a second.
So
we're not.
that person, as you can see, I approached on there
Right there.
and said, don't mention my name or make any statements about me publicly again. Any further false statements will be documented, and that's because they're saying a lot of things, defaming my character, basically, online. And so her response is that she reported me to spam and stop trolling random people pretending like they've done something on fake accounts in attempts to hack or spam them. Get a life, whoever you are. She knows exactly who I am because she put my full name out there, and they literally just seen us. And while they were out there too, they would not come near us.
They wouldn't
as the board
turn.
members. So they pulled up out there in their golf cart, and they didn't get off the golf cart at all. They seen us. They sat on the golf cart the entire time. Wouldn't even get off the golf cart to walk over there where everybody else is at. They sat on the golf cart.
Right. And I was messy as hell. I'm not even gonna lie. I was messy as hell. I seen them when the tenant pointed them out, said that is the chick. I said, oh, that's the chick. So I made sure I was extra super loud. And I don't even think I was loud enough, because what I ended up doing was walking even closer, because she was parked right in front of our car. So I thought it was a very convenient time to go have a loud conversation about petty people on Facebook who scared to come up to people's faces on the golf cart. Sure did. Her scary ass didn't do anything. Just cause you know how, like, when someone's talking and then all of a sudden they're like trying to make small talk and then they ain't really saying nothing because they really scared. That was her ass. And then the president came out and then he said something to her because, like we said,
no, when the president came out, he hopped in his truck and he wouldn't look at us.
He wouldn't walk past us.
His buddies, his friends who he were cool with the boat were in front of us because we went over there to stand by them. So we kept trying to get them to start some trouble. First as they starting all this, because we about to take off and go out of the country, and ain't nobody got time to be sitting out in that jail out in that location. For one, you ain't never get him out. So I won't go be that first move over there, but we were over there, and so he hopped in his truck, and again, he don't live like where the property is at, but he drove by us right there, literally by our car. Then he rolled down his window and sat in the car right there talking. Now, how stupid is that? You're sitting in your truck, sitting there talking, to them, instead of just getting out the truck and walking past us to have a conversation with your buddies. How stupid is that?
These are some scary ass. They ain't got no type of heart.
He went that way too, because he went down and ride around to look at the property to go take a picture when it was none of the trailers were there. Like I said, it rotates between the garage, his mom's house, and then he rode around, and we seen him in the back area and turn on another street. So we found out where he lived because we went that way. Like, okay, he trying to be slick.
Like, we can't find out where he lived. He's stupid as hell. Like, come on, you live in the same community as us. He's corny as hell. They all corny, if you ask me. And you know what?
Dan say he home late again.
Hey,
why you always home so late?
Shoot, doing that swing shift. Shoot. What's up?
But
happy that you came through. On this impromptu live.
But HOAs, let's get to some of these questions before we continue.
Okay. Yeah, y'all got some questions? Drop it in the chat so we can answer it.
I'm saying they've been commenting.
Okay.
So Sunshine said it happens here. It happens here too. Many don't attend, and then before we know it, it's a bunch of troublemaker takeover.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people even voted though. That was the problem too. It wasn't a lot of people that was there and voted. I don't know where it was a big group, but nobody was in the line to vote. So I don't even know why or how or who the people were that were there. It was so weird. It was a lot. It was filled up in there.
No, I don't think people want change. They just want to vote for whatever is popular. Whatever's popular. Like, they would never vote for me. Absolutely not. They would never vote for T. Absolutely not. people that can actually make a change. They want that bullshit. I believe in communication. I believe in it. Whatever the force-fed bullshit that people be saying. Like, I ain't got time for that stupid shit.
Tia, were you in were you in Tampa? She said Tia said racism is definitely, in Florida. That's why she moved from Florida. She just couldn't take it anymore.
With the HOAs?
I think huh?
With the HOAs?
No, she just saying racism, Jack. Just racism in
Oh.
Florida. It's all in Florida. I think, yeah, that's huge because I mean, Pensacola, Florida. Oh, okay, okay.
I never been there.
It's I think a lot of people tend to forget like the history of Florida and don't understand it's like the South. It's the South. Don't go no southern, more southern than Florida. So, that's a whole big old thing. This ain't the platform to talk about it, but because I talk about that stuff on my channel. But yeah, it's really, it's really a shame because it's so clear as day, and like I said, the wife, is white, and she said it, and I'm like, if she says it, then
I mean, that's a terrible feeling.
That's kind of a easy one right there, So she wanted to even voice it, but he didn't want her to voice it, and we even brought up, hey, what about the guy that's making threats? What do you do as a president? I mean, and how come we can't even get access to that Facebook? How come it's exclusive to certain people?
But why is he condoning it? Is the problem?
Community. He said, "Well, what are you guys doing? Going to be Facebook auditors?" So we like, for one, we don't even have access to it. So how can we be auditors? Somebody knocked on the door of our attendants and gave that to one of our attendants, just the messages that show y'all running your mouth. And he said, "Well, I'm not on there running my mouth." Okay, we pulled out the phone. Then what's this? We showed him. Then what's this? That's you. That's you, right? Well, he just kind of like stop him and act like he has,
because we don't have access. So how did we get it? Right.
See, he wasn't expecting that. Somebody
he's smart
in that circle,
you got a mole in his circle,
like he think he is.
Exactly.
But that's how he got all the votes, by just going on Facebook, creating an issue out of nothing to get people to vote for him. That's what he did. He infiltrated that way. He just moved here in February. He knows nothing about this community. He just got here in February, created this Facebook neighborhood account, for everybody. Voice his opinion. Hey, start complaining about stuff. He knew exactly what he was doing, and everybody fell in the trap.
Everybody on that app, like I said at the meeting yesterday, ain't none of y'all punk ass, can't say the rest because we on YouTube. So y'all just fill in the blank, gonna say anything to us. Y'all gotta be what they call it, Twitter fingers, Facebook thugs, whatever the hell they want to call it. And this is what we tell people. Like, even when they do it on YouTube and stuff like that, when we approach you, now there's the problem. Now everybody want to act like, oh my gosh, I feel threatened. I feel you're intimidating me. How the hell am I intimidating you? And you were just talking shit. Please explain that to me. Why? Just because my voice is a little elevated and I'm up in your face and I'm checking you on the stuff that you done said? Get your fucking life together. Get your damn life together. Get your damn life together. Yeah, that is funny. I'm not playing no more. People, that's how people get hurt out here. Okay? That's how people get hurt. People will take this type of shit to the next level, and then you wonder why. Oh my goodness, what happened to Sally? What happened to Sally? Well, you know what? Sally was talking shit, and Sally got what Sally deserved. That's just what it was. Cut it out. We're supposed to be a neighborhood. We're supposed to be neighborly. And you're over here just talking shit about people. Like, who does that? Like, grow the hell up. Damn. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Damn, I knew, I'm sorry. Look, I'm not even sorry. I'm lying. I am not sorry. I'm aggravated because I hate fake ass people. If y'all can't, look, T and I, we hate fake people. Okay? And when we say we going to approach that ass, we are going to approach that ass. But you see, people don't believe it. We told what was some people? Are they the property manager? What are they people that you call?
Mhm.
Her punk ass. We told her we're gonna be there. She told us, I encourage you to come to the meeting. Did she tell us to come? She didn't think we would come. And then she thought that if we came, we would be on our best behavior. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because we knew we only had one shot and we knew his punk ass was gonna be there. So we wanted to approach it. See, we wanted to just stop the whole meeting while he was talking because people was asking questions and we just wanted. I said, T, see, T said, okay, we're just gonna approach his ass. We're gonna approach him. We're going to bring him in that damn corner, and I want to see his face. He was so damn uncomfortable, just deflecting and all that other stuff. And I'm just that type of person. When a person starts lying to my face, I get angry. So it's just best that I walk the hell away. So if them builders did not call us over there, y'all probably wouldn't even be seeing me on no live. Or maybe calling in for collect.
My only thought was a balance because I'm trying to take
Exactly.
this
A
trip
lot of
because
fake ass
it's
people.
a couple of days, and I was not going to sit up in that county jail out there.
But I'm not a violent person. I'm really not.
Me neither.
But some people just got that face that you just fill in the dots, y'all. Just fill in the dots. Because he was pushing it. He was freaking pushing it. I'm telling you. And every damn meeting, I'm gonna make sure I'm there in person. When it's on Zoom, I'm gonna make sure I'm there. And I wish they would, because on Zoom you could kick someone off and all this other stuff. I wish they would.
And then there's already a police report filed. Like the police are very familiar now over there. Very familiar now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's bad when they know your name.
I mean, so much is running through my head. I'm like, okay, maybe I can. What if I felt like I was hit and then?
Sorry, Daniel, we cannot take the high road this time. We had to check a person. We had to do it. We just had to do it. Sometimes you just gotta stoop down, to get your point across.
Don't get locked up. I mean,
no, I'm not gonna get locked up.
That place is depressing.
I'm definitely not.
I already know.
Yeah, I'm not getting locked up. Absolutely not. I'm not getting locked up for nobody. But what they will know is exactly. I will address the issue. I'm not one to just sit around and be like, oh, this is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say. Oh, well, if I ever see you. No, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to meet you where you are, and I'm going to let you know. And I'm going to put you on a spot in front of everybody so everybody else can know who you are. He was so embarrassed. It was so funny because he didn't.
Daniel, I know you get it. We both.
He didn't even want to. They told everybody once they got voted in. They told everybody to come sit at the table, and then we were standing right there by the table, and we was not moving. Tell me why this man didn't even want to come sit by the table. He didn't even want to go anywhere near it. He didn't start talking until we left because we said we leaving this corny ass shit. We're leaving this thing. This whole thing is corny. Everybody up in here corny. Every last one of y'all homeowners is straight corny for voting this clown in. Let's go. Let's leave.
Do y'all think you may need legal counsel? So at this point, it's hard to say because they haven't sent like what they're talking about.
Check them respectfully.
Like he said with this, the street. It parked on the street. Well, he said, okay. So I said, well, what's wrong with the street? Well, the street is public, but at the same time, if it's in the way and people have to drive around it, because I already called code enforcement and code enforcement told me that they can't tow it. So what's the problem then?
There is no problem.
If code enforcement told you that it's not a problem on the public in the street, it's the public. Anybody can park there it's the public.
Right.
So what's the problem then, especially with it not even being there? He moves it every day. And like I said, it rotates between, sometimes he parks it on the public street. Sometimes he park it in the driveway.
His private driveway.
That was the complaint. That's what the letter came, that it was in the driveway while he was pressure washing the property. He's pressure washing the property. We're at the hotel right now, so I don't have the picture. I would have showed y'all the picture. Like, while he's pressure washing the house, y'all, is the problem while he's pressure washing the house that his pressure washer is in the driveway.
I'm so mad.
Oh gosh, man.
And just to let
This is
you all,
insane.
just to let you all know, just to put some more context to all of this, Florida just passed a law in 2025 regarding trailers, and how HOAs can no longer just say, "Oh, well, you got to move your trailer and you got to do this and you got to do that," commercial vehicles and all that other stuff. And they just seem to not care about that law, but they still can't tell. So they can say all day how they don't care about it. They didn't update their books and all this other crazy
Yeah,
shit
well, they can't.
that they got
It's
going
tough
on.
to tell
So-
because, like the lady said, that the property manager, we don't have the money right now.
and
But
they're
is
not
that
going
is that
to
what
do
you
it.
really wanted to lead to, having to spend money to go around to
Yes.
tow everybody? I said yes.
We want you to do that,
Yes.
lady.
If
ma'am.
that's the rules, then the rules are the rules. You can't just apply a rule to one place and not everybody else. Everybody needs to be on the same page. That's all it is. Equality. I don't care, what you got to do and what you got to spend. Y'all already didn't increase me by $20. Again, they keep increasing, and the only thing over there is a pool.
No,
Pool and headaches.
in a-
There's nothing
in a
else
garden,
over there.
they have
A butterfly garden.
they got
No,
but they
no.
do. It's
That
nice.
that little
It's
cheap
did
butterfly
you see
garden.
how dead
No.
it was yesterday?
Exactly.
That
little
thing is
cheap
dead as
is-
hell.
It's not even maintained.
The butterfly's dead. The
It's
garden
literally
dead. everything.
only a pool. Like there's no like community center for them to go and use internet or nothing. It's literally a pool over there, y'all. That's it.
And grilling stations.
There's no grilling stations.
Oh, there's no grilling?
No.
Oh,
you
we're thinking about art?
Yeah, there's no grilling stations. So at the other
Damn,
community,
they ain't got
for
nothing
example,
over there.
where I'm paying is worth it, and they don't bother nobody. It's very
They got
chill
a
over
gym
there.
over there. And
They got a
everything.
really nice gym. They just put up some cameras out there, so we see where we see where the money's going. Nice cameras. They have a security guard out there, and that's the only reason they got that stuff is because some youngins, the YN's been out there skipping school, jumping the fence, and doing inappropriate things. During the daylight. On top of that, doing inappropriate things, getting busted. So that's the only reason they added those things. But like I said, you see what you're paying for. It's a very nice pool. It's a playground. It's got a basketball court out there. It also has a community center where you can go in there and sit down and do work and things like that. It's very nice over at the other community. Then the landscaping is super solid. So I see where my money is going and everything. And it rarely goes up. It goes about like $1. It's not spiking up or anything like that. So that is something that's worth it. But over here, it's like over there. I mean, at that house, it's like I'm just like, man, I don't care for it as much. Like, with all this going on, but I'm for sure fight just because I don't mind doing it. I'm sure battle it out. But I already told them to, like, look, I said, y'all gotta make a decision because put it like this. I'll let this house grass grow super high and let it get completely destroyed. That's just what it is. I already got other houses. I'll let it get like that and have no caring in the world. So y'all gotta really think about what y'all trying to do here because
Pick your battles.
one is not easy to get good renters. It's very challenging in Florida to get good renters. And I have some solid people. I mean, I talked about it before. They literally paid the rent already a week and a half early before it was even due. They already had paid the rent. And I mean, the house, y'all, like I said, we went there, it looked spectacular. It's super clean. I was like, geez, like it don't look like nothing happened in here, from when we left. That's how clean it is. And she has rules there. She doesn't let them walk with shoes on in the house, for example.
Or touch the walls.
Yeah, as soon as you go in, she has it at the garage and at the front house. It's a cubby and everything for shoes, for example. It's super duper clean in there, like extremely clean. And she told her she was a clean freak, but we didn't know it was that deep of a clean freak. I mean, but like it's really nice over there. Then the yard, the husband, that's his job, so he's taking care of that. And even speaking of that, the old lawn guy called me. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. He called
2 days ago.
He was like, "Hey man, what's going on?" I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah, man, I went by the house and the yard, it's already cut, so there's no work for me to do. I was like, yeah, I know. I told you that you're no longer cutting the yard. Yeah, I'm just calling to see what we can work out with the money, man. I said, what are you talking about? I don't owe you any money. He said, yeah, I'm talking about what getting you the money back because I technically didn't cut the yard again. I only cut it once for this month. So is it all right if we can say maybe I can keep, half of it and give you half of it back since I did one cut? And I said, cool. Come find out when we were out there yesterday with the tenants, we were just bringing that up, and he said, man, he never came by to cut it, not once. And the son looked at him and started laughing because the son just came down from college out of state, and he's like, no, I've been here since my dad moved in, and that guy never cut the yard. My dad been cutting the yard. So we're like, what? I said he literally called and said he came by once and cut it. So my lawn guy, who when he pulled up and met my tenant the first time, it was weird because he handed him multiple business cards, and he called and told me, and I'm like, man, why would you hand him your business cards if y'all are competitors? Y'all literally do the same work. Why would you hand him your business cards?
I know that is
That's
crazy.
yeah, that is kind of crazy.
That's kind of stupid.
And so
To be
it's like from then and on, he was like, yeah, I can't cut it today because he's out here doing that. It became like an issue because for some reason he felt a certain type of way. And I was like, man, what's going on? Could find out he told the tenant, yeah, hopefully he doesn't cut me. And I had told him, look, man, I already told you that I wasn't gonna just cut you. That's not how I do business. They understand there's a transition period, and I told them after the first 3 to 4 months, when I assess how they are, then I may consider, transitioning over. And when I do transition over, you'll get at least a 30 days notice because I just don't cut people's money like that. I wouldn't want nobody to do me like that. And so he was like, oh yeah, well, if you do cut me, man, I won't be available for you anymore if I lose but I'm busy anyways. I got too many other houses to maintain. So what are you saying here? How you gonna say you're not gonna be available anymore? Oh, shout out to Tia. Tia done dropped some money for us. What? Wishing you all the best.
What? We done got some money
here to deal with the mess of deal with the mess.
Man, thank you.
Yes,
Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, we trying to get out of here. We already got our tickets and everything, and now this mess is happening. And that's why I said on the video I just put out, I'm like, once I get settled somewhere else, I may consider just selling a property or two because just certain attachments. And I mean, Tia, you know how it is, without checks, going other places, how far they can.
Yeah, we got some money.
Here,
some money.
Even if it's interesting, one of the guys I know, he went to where did Vargas go? He went to Vargas' brother, no, Puerto Rico, and he had, I think he was at like, I don't remember what he was at, but I know it wasn't even that much that he was getting, but he was like, man, I'm just chilling out here, having fun, enjoying life, But I know some people, they just leave, so.
You see Lindy C.
Lindy C, where's Lindy C at? Yeah, so how are you going to handle this moving forward? Where do you see this going? Excellent, excellent question, Jack. You want to answer first or Jackie?
I see going real low. No, sir. I don't know. Well, we're going to continue to fight the HOA. That's number one. If they don't comply, then we're going to move on to the next step. Put it definitely in the court of public opinion. We're going to make sure that we get everything to move the needle. And, the HOA may like it or may not like it, but they will be paying. Regardless. And they better comply as quick as possible because they're going to have to be paying a lot more than what they think they're going to be paying. But yeah, that's where I see this going. As far as the other property with the new president and all that other stuff, I don't know. That's a real messy situation. But you want to know something? He's what was I saying? A whole bunch of dog, no bark, whole bunch of bark, no dog, something like that. He just a poodle, He just think he has a lot more power than what he has. And you know what? It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun. We're gonna end up getting exactly what we want, and they're gonna end up
just being mad and still talking trash on Facebook. That's where we're going. We're leaving, and we're gonna continue to leave, and we're not gonna let this stop. Like T said, coming down to it, I'm already disconnected. I'm just so disgusted. I could care less about the townhouse at this point. So I'm just honestly waiting for it to get fixed up. I don't care about the market switching or anything like that because I'm just done. I'm done.
With this house, the thing about it is that we have the builders on our side, and the builders. I mean, we purchased that house before the pool was built. You know, before all those other houses, before even the house behind us was
We was the
built.
first house.
We were the first over there, so they know us. You know, so the builders on our side. Like I said, I know corporate. Um, Corporate's like, hey, calls you ever have a problem? They helped us with corporate helped us with an issue with the county wouldn't let us get a fence. That corporate lady got involved. So
Oh, she was the same person?
Same person, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Not
that was.
her out there, Jack. No.
Oh,
You know,
I was
it's a
just
different person out
saying.
there.
Oh, I thought I was just saying. I didn't know that was her.
So
Oh.
I have corporate on my side to have a relationship develop with corporate, and then the higher management of the builder. I have a personal cell phone of one of the individuals, and the same thing. Hit me up if you need anything. So I seen him yesterday, and the other individual that's on the builder. So they both, all three, are on my side. The builders are completely on my side, but the problem is the HOA board president and the property management company who hides, and they're leaving confused. The property manager lady, even on the phone, she's like, I don't honestly see a problem with it, to be honest with you, but it's just your community. It's not the community. It's
And that was
literally,
Stephanie, the one we was seeing.
yes, yeah, that's her. And I was like,
Oh
it's
my
not the
gosh.
community. It's literally just this person that just came in that jumped on the board. Because the whole time there's been no issues over here at the community. Like there are boats that's been out there. I can care less, and other laborers can care less about the
It was
boats.
out there for a whole
A
year.
whole year.
We
Nobody
didn't say nothing.
nobody ever complained about their boats or anybody else's boats. People don't even complain about the RVs out there because it was a community, and that's what I liked over there. Everybody
Until his ass.
yeah,
man.
until he just popped up out
Like,
the
who
blue.
is he? He's a
Everybody
plant.
let the next person do whatever you want to do. People were cool. Hey, you got your boat, you got this, cool. Nobody complained
People's
about
gonna see.
anything.
People's
And
gonna
like I
see.
said, the neighbors across the street, they'll play them loud music early in the morning. They play music. It's like some Hispanic music. They always play the same song. They play it early in the morning. But no, nobody ever complained over there.
It's the
But
same song.
yeah, it's the same tune every morning.
It could be different songs.
Yeah, but the thing about it is everybody minded their own business over there in their community, and it was so peaceful.
And that's what
It
I
was so
told
peaceful.
him.
And now, all of a sudden, when this Facebook, gets created by this guy, and when he steps in and starts complaining about this, or what I'm going to do when I get on, he said this before this thing is even happened. I'm going to do this and make sure all these landlords and tenants fall online. He was all online, and it's just created all this drama, and they fell into the trap. Fell right into
Yeah,
the
they
trap.
fell into it. But you know what? We came to play. And another thing that we forgot to mention is they told us, they threw in our face that we didn't give them our tenants information because according to whatever, we're supposed to give up the tenants information. We told them that they will not be getting the tenants information. You can wait on that. You can take a rain check. Absolutely not. Y'all targeting our tenants. You will not know who they are.
And for this one with the flooding situation, um, I see us, just going after the HOA. It's gonna have to more than likely get legal involved. Or my brother just went through a situation with his HOA not cover something. He was in Virginia, and this was during the time where it was snowing. Tia is up that way, so if Tia's still in the chat, you know how cold it was. But I mean, he's got his little daughter and everything, and it was freezing cold. They were without heat, and that's because the builders didn't install its HVAC properly, and so they sent multiple people out, and nobody could fix it from what the builders were sending. So he got his own people, And he sent an email, hey, would y'all cover this if I get my own people? Because it's extremely cold. I cannot sit in this freezing. Got my daughter here, and they said yes in writing. So he paid and got it fixed, and the people he hired fixed it, but then was trying to pay up the money. The builder refused to pay. So he filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, and then all of a sudden they decided, hey, we'll pay I think they said 75% of it, but he's like, no, I want the whole thing. You agreed in writing. But either way it goes, he filed through the Better Business Bureau and was able to collect funds. So I mean, it may have to take that route first and then get legal involved, because either way, we got to get, the money for it because they need to take accountability. And the last email I even sent to them was about that. Hey, it's too far behind. Either y'all going to take accountability or not, and let me know, so I know how to move forward. It's simple as that. That's what I put in the email because no time to just keep hiding and hiding and hiding. I can't stand that.
Yeah, right. For 2.5 years, his tune changed. Oh, that was okay. I only seen it. All right.
I was asking our landscaper something, and they said we need to ask management guy, and I said that's fine, but he takes direction from me. They said no, he does. He does from the president. I said yes. I've been the president for 2.5 years. It's too. Mm-mm-mm.
People, I'm telling you.
I would easily get a new landscaping company. But just stay nice. That's ridiculous. And it's like this was even with the lawn care guy though, Jack. You remember it was like I approached him because we was in Virginia. Like I never really seen him in person, but he's been doing the work. And when I got there, I was like, "Hey man, how's it going?" He's like, "Oh, hey, how you?" I was like, "Yeah, Jay, we good." Jay. I was talking to his name, and then throughout he said, "Are you the tenant?" Like, no.
But why is that
It's like
the first question?
It keeps being the first question. You know what I'm saying, that people keep asking. Nobody ever asked me, "Hey, are you the owner?" I'll never get, "Are you the owner?" Never. People keep thinking, "Are you saying the same thing? Are you the tenant?" It's crazy. But we got it here in a couple of days.
Man, these people. But we just want to make sure we answer y'all questions. Do y'all have any more questions for us about what's going on or anything like that? And it's just like completely derailed us because we're supposed to be leaving here on Friday, but obviously we can't even leave on Friday. So, but now it is. So, boom, boom, boom. So, T, you got anything else? Um, yeah, I don't know why I don't know why they do that. I don't know why that's the first thing, because usually it was like, oh, are you the owner? But honestly, I don't. I'm to the point where I just don't. I don't know. I just don't care anymore. It's just too much for me. It's just really too much. Um, I said this
Stand your
like too
ground.
many
Yeah.
times, but we're out of here, and I know this is what they want us to do, like to get mad and to just
Question.
put. What's the question? Has the HOA said what they plan to do? No, of course not. I mean, no, of course not. No,
Neither
they wouldn't
and-
respond. I mean, come on now, these people
and
are cowards. Like,
That's the
they're
thing.
not doing
Like the
nothing.
HOA has not said what they are going to do. Only thing they
'Cause they
did,
can't do
they sent
anything.
out a notice, and when she called, she said, "I just want to make you aware of the situation." So I said, "What happens from here?" She said, "Oh, you just move it out of the place." I said, "But what if it doesn't get moved out of the place? You come back and you see it in the driveway again. What happens next?" "Oh, well, I don't know what'll happen next." Well, you are the property management company and you sent the letter and you tell me you don't know what will happen next. So I'm like, no, I need more than that. You got to give me something though. So she said, well, you'll still just be out of compliance. So I said, okay, so you're telling me I'll just simply be out of compliance. And so even today, I emailed them and like, look, that was the day the house was getting pressure washed on that day, and I have proof actually in my phone. Hey, he showed me the text on that exact date. That was the day he was pressure washing it. So I said, I emailed and told him you need to remove this violation where you're stating it's out of compliance because you need to be clear about if something is there temporarily versus stored permanently, because that was not stored permanently. That's a temporary position that is in. So you need to clarify that, and you need to remove that violation because it was stored there temporarily. And also in it, it talks about the the vehicle time of day of being there too. It specifically mentions in the documents about daylight, so that erases all that too. I mean, we dug deep into this thing. We read the documents. We've even pulled the um the plat and looked at the positions because it says 50, is an area that it shows an area where the HOA has in the community, but the other areas are literally controlled by and owned by the county. And my area where the property is at is county. So they understand that, and that's why they didn't even send a letter about that public parking that they.
I mean, that would be the craziest thing. Send a letter about public parking.
Yeah.
I mean, that just sounds stupid. That just sounds
Well,
stupid.
that's what the guy think. He think he has the power. I mean, he's at the point he put on there that they'll go physically move it themselves since the county won't do anything and enforce what they should.
And what do we say?
So,
we want to see them try. We want to see
tell
them.
the county how to do their job. Now.
Exactly. He
Telling
ain't
the
gonna
county
do
that
shit.
they're wrong.
Exactly. He ain't gonna do
What
nothing.
sense does that make? Trying to tell the county what to do.
I'll talk. All these people. It would say if they don't want to park it in that spot, can they propose an alternative? No, they don't even have an alternative. That's the thing. They don't have to move it. It's a public road, and
I can't even legally tell them.
I mean, we no one can tell them to move it. Everybody's been out there. The police been out there. The code enforcement's been out there. The county already told them that's public road. There's nothing that no one can do. The HOA said, well, we in our community, we don't have trailers. Yeah, that's nice. But this is also a public road. So don't really care what your thing says because there's nothing that you can
area
do.
There.
So
they're trying to control.
They're trying to control something they really don't have control over.
The county is like, no, we own this. Even the cops that came out, the cops said, I don't see no problem with that, and it's literally on the police report.
So nobody's gonna move it.
Says it too. So police report says it. Code enforcement, who they call, says it. The builder says it. It's literally just the HOA.
Property manager said it. No one's moving it.
Literally just the HOA trying to overpower everybody else and sending out these letters and stuff.
But they can't but the HOA just can't, the way that it's structured, they just can't, like they can say, oh yeah, it's going to get moved, but it still has to go through the multiple channels. And that's not going to happen. It got turned down already. That's why we never received the letter for it. So, because they're not addressing that.
And that's why the tenants are so flexible. They were like, hey, if you want us to move it, you can tell us to move it. I'm like, I can't tell you to move it though.
Right, because you could just tell us
off of the public. I don't have that power. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to even try to do that. I'm not, I get, how things are, a good relationship, but I'm not going to tell you to move something that you can legally have there. That wouldn't make any sense.
And the law protects them. The law protects them too.
They say, they said they're willing to look into even getting a place to store it, but his hiccups with Florida is that you don't have to have insurance on the trailer, because when the trailer attaches to the vehicle, that it's insured by the vehicle that pulls it. So even if a tow person were to tow a trailer, it's an insurance on it based on that tow person's insurance. And so what happens at these lots, they require you to have insurance on the trailer, but it's not within the law to have insurance on the trailer.
You see this comment?
What's comment? I experienced that so much in Florida. nice house, nice car. Where do you work? What do you do? Excuse me? I owe both. Mind your motherfucking business. Y'all ain't
You're
the
not
only
supposed to say
one.
that.
Oh, I said
Those are
MF.
you
I said
said
mind your MF business, yo.
those are
What do you
censored.
want? Dang.
The
She'll give me just on this thing.
censored.
Shoot.
Beep, beep. They should have like automatic like they the beat probably won't even catch up with me.
Mind your MF business. I
I
said it
don't
right.
know why people
Y'all
can't
ain't
mind
the
their
only
business.
ones.
You don't understand how bad that just like irks me. Like why are you in my business? Like why does it matter? Y'all, even coming out here like to the hotel. I come out the house. I'm already super pissed because first of all, we gotta leave the house, gotta come to the hotel or whatever like that. So I come outside, some random ass a lady with a damn dog standing at the driveway. Like while I'm talking, like talking to my kids, like get in the car, let's put this in the trunk and all this other stuff. She's sitting there like looking in my mouth. And I'm like, is she not gonna take a effing shit on my damn yard? Because that's another thing. Look, they these people just can't control.
You talking about me? Just cussing.
Oh, my fault. I didn't even know I cussed. Oh, I'm sorry. Shoot, I mean it's damn near midnight. I'm surprised I didn't cuss more. But I said, so are you what's going on with your dog? And she's like, oh no, my dog's just pretty nosy. I'm like, the dog ain't nosy, it's your nosy ass. And then I went in there, I was like, T, look, uh, get that lady off. Get that lady off my yard right now. She need to go. So yeah, people just I said that to say this. People just freaking nosy for no apparent damn reason. They just need to mind their business. There's way too much going on in this world. We're worrying about other people's what do they call that? Meddling in other people's business. Meddling.
Lindy C said focus on the trip.
Where is it?
Yeah, we try.
Yeah, that's
it's
what we trying to
couple-
do, but
It's a couple of days left, and it's like
we
why
just
all this had to happen. When we're about to get out of here, it's terrible. But
people around my complex use their dogs to spy into your apartment. Yeah, T can tell. Look, that T swear that be happening because they always
I
come
said that.
in
I've
the
been telling you
backyard to be like, Jackie, look. And it literally looks like they are looking inside of our home.
in
It
case
literally do.
they do something underhand to the vehicle, like man, yeah. So we told them to they put up a camera to watch the vehicles. Now they hit us up. Hey, are you okay? You put them cameras? Like, yeah, put them cameras up. You ain't gotta ask that on what's going on. Put the cameras up, and the police even suggested that they put cameras up. So yeah, that was a good thing. So yeah, people around the complex always use their dog. They're always doing it. And this is one dude who has this big old Rottweiler. Like this Roddy is big, and he can't control the Roddy. It's like every time I go outside, here comes this dude with his Roddy, and it always lunging at me to the point I go outside and I'm making sure that I'm protecting myself in the event that this dog gets loose. And it'll be a shame because I like dogs, I like Rottweilers, but I'm not gonna let it sit there and bite me up. I'm gonna do what I have to do. But every time I'm outside, it's this dude always, and this Rottweiler be lunging at everybody, just be pulling him, going ham, trying to get to people. And he just calm down, calm down. He's all like he should not have this dog. I mean, and I've had Akitas, I've had German Shepherds, I had Rotties, I had Bulldogs, like I had all these breeds, so I know the damage that these dogs can do to people. And I've seen one of my friends got attacked and got bit up. He had to get like 30 stitches in his chest. It's so like I'm not gonna let that happen to me. You know what I'm saying? With this dog that keep just lunging at everybody and lunging at me every time I go outside. So these dogs, people they gotta get a hold of their dogs. Like you can't control a dog, you don't need to have a dog. Just pack your stuff and go.
Right.
Leave this miserable bunch behind. I think getting away will be freeing. A video popped up today, and this guy was like, it literally popped up. I was on IG probably like 2 hours ago or something, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I left the U.S. I left, and I ain't never coming back. Let me tell y'all, if he start talking about it, and I'm like, man, like this dude is enjoying life. And the comments were like, yeah, man, but how is that fair that you up and left and ain't take no friends with your family? And it's like to me, I'm like, a lot of times people not gonna leave, for one. It takes a lot to leave. Even with us, it's not like it was just like, all right, let's just leave. It took a lot. We traveled to, multiple states, it took a lot, even with us continuously saying, all right, we gonna leave. We never officially made it happen, for a long-term decision. So I think it's a big move of leaving that people don't truly understand and get.
Yeah, even when you leave different states, like it takes a lot, right? Because you're used to what you're used to. And as you all know, do they know that we left where we was from? I mean, of course you had to leave because of the military. I'm talking about like me, like how I met you. Maybe one day we'll tell how we met each other, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Oh, that's a pretty comical one though.
People with Napoleon complex have their dogs try to represent how tough they're not.
It just remind me of Friday. Don't it
Yeah.
remind you of Friday? The little short dude with the dog. What's the dog named Chico or whatever it was? Like, yeah, sure.
Hey, people do that with the dogs. It be pissing me off, but Jack Jackson always talking about the dogs because they love to come
He
on
always
my
talking about these
yard.
dogs, y'all. Like he be like, Jack, look, look. I'm like,
And I just do
what
something to be
the F?
funny. I'll see him and I just go pop up on him to shake him off and say something.
Or
Just to scare
stand right
because-
there.
Yeah, because
And look at him.
Because they be pissing me off. Like, why do you have to come on my yard for your dog to take a crap? Like, you got your yard. Why can't you go on your yard or a common area?
Right.
Like, they always seem to just come on our yard.
It
And
seems
I
that
go-
way. They not like
But
trying
that's
to
the
come
way
in
I
our yard.
always like. I go out the back and walk.
Like, why can't you
So
go
I-
to somebody
I-
else?
I have to go out to the back and walk because that's where like all the water is. Like if y'all see my videos, the water and all that is literally the back way. And so I go out the back and walk, and every time like I don't got time to be stepping in that.
It's not just that,
Yeah.
it's the smell. It's that water, the wind, shit, all coming through. No, ain't no one got that. Please be safe, T. Oh.
Yeah, I'll be safe. I'm chilling. I know when I get back, I'm probably gonna still have a visit to one of those the board president, have a nice conversation with him, go to his house. You know like exactly where he live. I'll go have a nice conversation with. Maybe we can drink some tea or something like that.
He's
So I'll
the
definitely be
person that
safe.
he need. He need to loosen up. He need more than tea. He need to put some drops of liquor in there or something. I don't know, because he is so uptight. You could tell he don't run shit in his house, and he just wants to be a bully. You know them people that they're bully at work because they really don't run anything in their house. Like the wife runs everything. You could tell because he's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do. Like, shut up. You sound corny as hell.
English breakfast tea.
Yep,
Yeah.
English breakfast tea.
Go to his door, but we're probably gonna call the cops when
Yeah,
I go there.
leave
They,
that
they
man.
just love to call the cops.
Leave that cornball alone. They
I'm not
throw
gonna
rock.
bother him.
They
I'm just go
throw.
over there.
Yeah, but
I'm going
T.
there to have a conversation. with
Look,
the
I
cops.
wouldn't even believe that if I was the cops. Like, I'd be like, okay, what the hell you doing here? Really? You came 2 hours to come have a conversation?
Well,
You could have
they
did
get
that
through-
shit on Facebook.
I tried online. I
Then they
showed,
blocked
I
you.
showed the image.
They blocked you.
They keep saying they don't know who I am when I try online. So
They
I
corny,
just
they
literally come
corny.
in person to have a conversation. That's all it is.
I don't know.
Cops believe that.
If you think so.
I'm being neighborly. I'm
Okay.
neighborhood Spider-Man or something.
They gonna
Living
look
from the
at you.
neighborhood.
They gonna look at your braids and they gonna pass judgment on
I'll
you.
take my hair out there.
They damn sure gonna pass judgment on you. You go there with a fro.
I put
You
in a
gonna
do-rag then.
damn sure gonna pass judgment. You just getting worse and worse. You better go there with like one of them top hats and a suit or something.
Well, that's
Shoot.
how I'll be in a suit, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Cover that. And you're like, you're a salesman or something. But
I put on my own old army uniform then.
oh yeah, you're going to recruit. You're not gonna go recruit the door to door. Did you recruit door to door? Do you?
Nah, it was so crazy. Yeah, we did door to door, Jack.
Oh, I didn't know you go door to door like
Yeah.
someone's house.
Yeah, Jack. I told you about the police incident.
No, but I thought you knew the girl.
No, you go door to door, Jack.
Yeah, you told me how you military.
We have our list of all the people that are of age. We have our list, and we have everybody's address from the school, and we know, okay, go to this house, go to this house.
So you're calling the recruiter. You're going to his door to recruit.
Yes, we go door to door. Go door to door without flyers and everything. We educate them about the army.
All right.
To put them in hoops.
All right.
Put them in hoops.
Well, this has been fun. We had a lot of people on this live. This is a little impromptu live. As you can tell, I'm tired as hell. So for me, I'm gonna probably end it. But do y'all
I gotta figure out
a non-incarceration plan? He said he's gonna go in his military uniform. So he got
I'm
to
working on it. I ain't trying to be in that place.
Nah, I told him leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
I'm not bothering nobody. People keep bothering me.
Okay,
I'm just playing defense.
What did Daniel say? He said, just take the high road. That's what he told us to do just now. Take the high road.
I will.
Yeah, yeah.
I will.
I need to take that advice too.
I would just be having a conversation. Maybe I'll go to the door with some wine or something. Maybe a gift. That'll make it better.
Daniel, honestly, it's very hard to take the high road sometimes. But yes, we got to do it. But right now, today, absolutely not. It ain't happening today. But y'all, we enjoyed this live. And we are going to catch y'all on the next one. Hopefully, it will be when we get in the new location and we don't have to do an impromptu live like this.
He said he take the high road all the time now. He used to.
Oh, well, you know what?
I don't even like, for me, I don't even go off. Like, I'm just.
Dang, T, I done tried to end this live. Like,
nah, because it's like.
I'm just trying to
it's like.
end this live like for the last 5 minutes.
I'm saying, I don't even, it be Jack on, I'll be chill,
Oh, you ain't gonna say that. You said it'd be me going off.
Things go from there.
Man, I don't be going off like that. But he needed to get told by himself. It's just when I feel like people just put me in a situation.
Rest. We will try. We gotta get up early. Well, I gotta get up early though.
Yep, it's midnight over here on the East Coast, 12:07. So we appreciate y'all. We know this is a live one. I mean, a late one, but we gonna catch y'all on the flip side.
Yep.
And until next time, y'all. Peace out.